gosh, right in my grill. Tell me when you're ready. You're already filming, aren't you? Oh, it started well, Porter. Right. Hello and welcome to a very long overdue episode 2 of my vlog, now entitled Life Behind the Live. Thank you, Mr. Chris Whitehead, for making that suggestion in the last vlog. Now, so much has changed in the ensuing months between my first vlog and this one. I will try and recap on all that a little bit later. But let's kick things off at a historic Carpy-esque venue with a man mountain, fishing and hopefully nicking our first very special fish from the complex. Today I've travelled proper down south to the iconic, historical Wraysbury. I cannot believe that I'm fortunate enough to be able to wet a line while I'm down here, and on top of that I'm catching up with a person who's transcended not only Olympic level sport but also fishing and TV, none other than living legend Dean Macey. I'm going to look like an absolute tiddler next to him. So booster seats in the van. So we're going to find some spots, put some bait out, get fishing. Plenty to film, including a little catch-up interview, as well as the live in the evening. But we are both absolutely buzzing for it, especially at the potential of our first Wraysbury carp each. We've got our rods out. Dean fished real tight to a far margin, had a load of cover, felt a real nice firm drop with a good depth of water on it. He fished his rods nice and tight in that spot, whereas I opted for open water. Again, both of us fished as well and as accurately as we possibly could, and it was just a case of waiting for a few fish to get on us. Come 4 PM, this happened.
Oh, it's been a fantastic day, to be fair, so far. We have, between us, if I do say so myself, fished pretty good. All the spoms have been on the button, all the rigs have gone out nicely, nice and tight, and it's just been a case of sitting on our hands and waiting. And Hassan, to be fair, did say 4 o'clock, and he's about 5 minutes out. And I've got to keep trying to forget about the fact this could be my first Wraysbury carp, which makes me extremely nervous.
Isn't that your first 3 carp there, boy? Well done, Dino.
There we go. My first Wraysbury carp, upper double, and the fight was absolutely epic. We're 25 reps over to the far bank, and as soon as you get them away from the trees, you've basically got 90 yards of weed to get them through. And for something that's under £20, this falls so hard. I'm mega pleased.
After I took some choice pictures of Dean's first Wraysbury carp, he slipped it back and then we were into AD live time. The live was brilliantly well received and well viewed, and Dean was fantastic at engaging with the audience and also having a great bit of banter, which are what lives are all about. After which, darkness fell, in came the rods, and unfortunately it meant a big, fat, juicy blank for me. But it stoked my fire to get back on Wraysbury and hopefully put that first Wraysbury carp on my map. On to probably the most non-autumnal day we could have possibly picked to go out lure fishing for some perch. We met up with the legend that is Matt Woods. He took us on 2 venues, testing out the power of the Korum squirms, trying to catch ourselves some specimen perch. Come on, me kids! We started on a mega urban bank style park lake, Arlo in tow, moving around trying to locate some perch with Matt's expert guidance and his finesse with his little jigging rods. We managed to locate them near a bridge and he was soon into one. Speaking of the bridge, that wasn't the only event that happened.
They like them squirms.
Squirm. And Hassan will now be known forever as the Squirminator. Yeah, man. Oh yeah,
solid. No, it's alright, it's just a dog. Oh, hello.
Stupid AD lifetime, and I'm out with the legend that is Mr. Woods, getting perchy, as it's, not that it looks it, but it is autumnal, we're getting there. We're on the squirms, and boy, we've had an absolute belter of a start, some cheeky part lake. I felt like a cheap Alan Blair, mate, but after these, what a day, mate. Alan will be proud. Thank you very much for putting me on them. Yours is bigger than mine.
Well, standard that, isn't it, mate? But yeah, it's a bit of a new technique for you, isn't it? So it's no surprise, but I'm sure with a few fish like this early on, there'll be a few more to come.
Mega. After bagging ourselves a few specimen-sized perch at the Park Lake and having some customary perchy catch shots, we headed off to Sutton, a still water venue, to try and locate some more perch. Within an hour of fishing and finding those perch, we'd managed to amass a pretty impressive net of stripies. Once again, photos were done. Even Lewis Porter managed to have a cheeky dabble and get amongst some very special fish himself, even if he did completely pie me with brother-type celebrations. Embarrassing. So, a change of scenery. We've gone from urban banks to a beautiful rural, I'm going to call it pond, but it's miles better than that, Sutton. And no change in the results though, mate. We are bagged up, probably not the same size, mate, but these are two of the good ones we've had. We've had plenty of bites on the squirms. It's been a brilliant day, mate. Unfortunately, signal-wise, means we're going to have to go back to the Park Lake to do the live. But Mr. Woods, exceptional sport, sir.
Good laugh, innit?
Really good.
You only need a few. You think we've been here, what, an hour? Had 10, 15 bites or something. Fish this stamp. Absolutely mega.
Proper perchy. After that, because of signal issues, we had to move back to the Park Lake. We love a bit of travelling, to do the live. The live itself was spent in the corner swim with Matt fishing, and he even managed to bag one in a swim that looked devoid of perch on the live itself. Once again, it was really nice to do something different on the live, cover a different aspect of fishing and tap into a whole new audience. As I said earlier, so much has happened since episode 1 of my vlog. We couldn't possibly cover it all in this episode. So check out the next AD Raw section of footage, which is a montage of all the goings on that's happened, filmed by myself in the time between these two vlogs. A little disclaimer, apologies for the quality of camera work. I'm certainly no videographer, but I hope it encapsulates the fun, banter, and personality of some of the people we've had on our lives.
My vlog, Bounty.
Is it?
Yeah, get on the revive. I've got. God, why won't it focus on your head? Right. Keep smiling. Keep smiling. It's a video, mate. Ollie?
I brought a severed head. Now this is a severed head. This is actually of an angler who missed out on going to Angling Direct.
Nice. Probably the only angler that makes me look 6 foot as well, which is absolutely brilliant, Kinder, mate.
You've invited me, innit?
Between us, mate, I reckon we're probably about 5.5 foot collectively, aren't we?
Yeah.
The shortest AD live ever. But look at this.
Standard issue Kit Kats.
9 bars for one session.
No.
Is a good shout. And the glasses, Terminator of the Tench world.
Terminator.
Darren, mate, can you talk us through your fashion choices? In particular, these bad boys. Black socks to start with, mate, and then what can only be described as housewife specials in terms of shorts, mate. What was you thinking? This is carp fishing at the top end, mate.
You what?
This is carp fishing at the top end.
over.
Mate, you're a legend. Well, you're a legend before, mate.
You're a legend.
You are my legend. Mate, I love you.
I love you too, dude.
Mate.
I've only got one pair of trousers and I'm here till Saturday. So to preserve the crotch area of the trouser and to stop them smelling the spod mix, I've overshorted.
It's so chilled on your bed, mate.
That's dog goals, isn't it?
Dog goals. Old Spice.
Granola
Duke,
protein bars.
Granola. Oh yes, and the granola bar and coffee. Oh, where's the gun? That's the money shot. Thank you, lad.
Oh yeah, I've done 6.6 miles today.
What, walking?
Walking,
Mainly
yeah.
vertical up trees, mate.
Yeah.
But you've had about 24 pot noodles.
87 floors I've climbed.
87 floors.
Yeah.
He was on the first vlog. He's got to make the second vlog, hasn't he? Tom, what are you doing?
I'd be famous, mate, if I turn around.
There's toilet.
15 minutes for me, it's really good.
Local, like. You've caught 20 50s.
Yeah.
That's literally more big uns than I've had at dinners, mate. Unreal.
Mate, I'm in no rush.
You Korum boys, never in a rush here. Look at this tackle box.
I'm too hot to care.
What? Too hot to care? That's your line for Love Island next year, mate. Live. Filmed. Get a bit of that camera in as well, mate. Perfect. There you go, mate. It's all kicking off. One for the live. Absolute result. I'm going to get him back. We'll get on with this live. Loads to get through.
Ready?
Right, Katie, you're putting your mum to shame. I'll let you concentrate. Secret to success?
Yeah. Can't say it's a secret.
Aviator shades and what? He's fallen asleep on you, mate. He must like you.
I need like evidence of this that we're actually friends.
Oh, he's going to Instagram it, isn't he?
I am.
I'm doing it for the gram. He loves it, mate. Gram life. Nothing sacred, is it? A puppy laying on your lap, he's got to turn it into a 200 liker. Sick, man. So that was AD Raw. However, that might be the last edition you ever see, because a recent addition to the AD team is Mr. Videographer Extraordinaire Lewis Porter, who has flat right refused for me to do any type of filming. He says it's unbelievable that somebody can be so good in front of camera and operating camera that he feels a little bit intimidated. So you may not see any more of those. Enjoy that last one. Speaking of Lewis Porter, I met up with the bearded flat cap wearing wizard at Girton, where I was finishing off my level 2 coaching qualification, and after which, a long day in the classroom, we followed a cheeky session on the Cove Lake, met with area manager Stuart Bairstow and a customary AD live. That was tough, mate. Genuinely, I can't be in a classroom. That's why I do what I do. There's a reason I ramble in my office alone. I'm rambling now. Right, let's go. Let's do this. What have I got to say? Porter, stop putting that lens at me. I know you're recording, I've heard the button. Stop it. Stop it. You've got a bug on your trousers. You have.
Where?
Right, it's gone there. Flicked it. I'm a qualified coach, believe it or not. It's been a brilliant couple of days rounding off our level 2 coaching course. The boys have done a fantastic job. A massive thank you to the Angling Trust, Richard Hadley, Jim and Pete for all their hard work getting us through. We've all managed to get through. Enough of this proper work. Let's go and do some fishing on the old Cove Lake. See if we can bag one of those scaly bangers. I did say to you, Lewis Porter, it was bob on for a bite, and that this swim has never let me down. And you doubted me. It's not in yet, but we've had a Kerry Katona. And I'm out the classroom, and boy does it feel good. So have a rod in your hands, some lovely fresh air, beautiful scenery, slightly pessimistic company, but life is great. If this makes it in the net, life is even better. Come on! Come on!
out the classroom, on the bank, one in the bag. Come on the boys! No better way to round off a busy 2 days. Let's get a few more, maybe get one alive. Bang on. Oh, it's right in my grill! Well, out the classroom, on to Girton Cove Lake. We've helped ourselves to a couple of absolute corkers. Yours is an absolute stunner, mate. Mine is the football common of Girton Cove Lake. What a brilliant evening. Still time for a few live bites, hopefully on today's AD Live. Cheers, mate. Lovely. Oof, see you later. The football common. Next time you see him, it'll be £15.
Joining us before, as I said, was area manager Stuart Bairstow, who got married the weekend before.
This is actually my wedding present to him, mate. He got married on the weekend and I couldn't attend. So this is it. I've let him have my rod. I've given him a mini tutorial at the same time, told him how to tie the rig, baited for him, given him the bait, and I think this is probably the first fish over £3 that he's caught, being from the north, so I'm really pleased for the lad.
Using your new coaching skills, ain't you?
He is, well, exactly, I'm a level 2 coach now, Lewis. What you've got to do is you've got to keep tension on the fish, Stu. You've got to be the boss. Is that a pike? I'll unhook it because it's on the edge of its nose. He's scared of pike as well. You're a northern lad, you can't be scared of pike. Could you lead it some... Oh! That is one of the greatest displays of angling I've ever seen. Happy wedding.
After Stu's pike gate incident, we sat down, filmed our live, and I even managed to get a smile out of Mr. Lewis Porter. Now, my life at AD isn't all about lives. There's loads of other things that I get involved in, some of which I can film. One of them, the following week, was myself and Lewis Porter heading to the Nash trade show. Or should that be the Nash Expo?
This goes, I might be in the kiddie version of the chairs. This is the boy. I've got my boot outside. Dan Yeoman's just looking at me, but I will take this home. Yeah? Are we on? You can do this. You go click, and then are we actually on? Yeah? Right. It's trade show season. We can't unfortunately attend every single one, but we have come down to Coventry to the mother of all indoor trade exhibitions, I'm going to call it, the Nash Trade Show. There's loads of mega products. I could talk to you all day about it. Today's not about the products. As it's Nash Trade Show and our Angling Direct managers around, I'm going to see how many Nash and AD people I can stitch up. Should make things quite interesting. Let's go get them.
Can't spec.
What? You can speak. You're good at camera, mate. You've done this before. Professional. You are professional, mate. You look like Alan Carver.
Can I tell you what a story though? I went into Willenhall today and some guy came in. He went, "Hey up."
Did you just play on the shoulder
he went,
or what?
"Can I have a photograph taken with you? You were on the live on Thursday."
Did you have a photo?
Yeah. He's gonna.
I hope
Celebrity. Said you want to sign it.
Right, let's do this professionally now, mate. Right, Stu.
That's my better.
As an event, would you say it's one of the best events you've been to?
Yeah.
Better than your wedding day? It's a great performance.
Next time, can you tell me what you're going to ask me before we get in there? So I'm prepared for it.
That was this is the closest you let me in a long time. Don't walk away, this is awkward now, we're going to keep it going, alright? This is empty, it didn't have alcohol in it. Tom, brilliant.
We're going to keep
trade show.
on.
Yeah, we're going to keep doing it. I think, what was your finest image, would you say?
My finest one? Well, if I'm going to pick one, it'll be the ZT one just down to our left here.
And you were looking longingly at the camera?
Yeah.
Blue steel style?
That was my posing to the distance as...
We ready here, boys? So really professional outfit. You look very
Is this for your blog? You always make me feel nervous. I don't know, you just do, you make me feel nervous.
You're looking at me like some sort of face off now. Right.
The worst thing of all is, in the summer, the mosquitoes. They absolutely ruin the
Keep going. Just keep rolling. Just keep rolling. Just keep rolling. It's you a new one. Well, yeah, we did. We hugged the whole time, mate, when we did it.
Let's hold hands.
We'll hold out like this, handshake.
Now, I might have caused some inter-Nash rivalry. My strength of relationship with Mr. Tom Foreman was definitely seen with green eyes by Mike Wilson in a shocking display of sportsmanship in a very intense game of Jenga.
Push.
You have to keep your eye.
Oh, Wilson.
Alright, spot the loser.
I won that. Was that me?
Well, it can't be you, can it? I reckon that's a draw. Look at that. There, mate. I don't think it's on. I don't think it's quite off. I don't think I can do a lot here at this precise moment in time. He's quite angry, mate. Mega trade show, loads of brilliant items, but my favourite item has to be the MF60 bed chair. Mega comfortable and as an edge, built-in charging point in your bed chair. I'm definitely going to get myself one.
And me.
The last live that we're going to cover on this vlog is a very nostalgic one, a trip back to the very first fishery I ever caught a fish on and the very first fishery I ever fished at, with a local Leicester legend, some might call him a poor man's Lee Kerry.
Today we are at what is now Shearsby Valley Lakes, formerly CJ's Fisheries, where 25, that's right, years ago, I can imagine what has gone on in 25 years. I'm back at the very place I started. I caught my very first fish, a tiny little waspy perch, on that very swim behind me, and my first ever carp. I've got millions of fond memories of every single swim in here, and it is surreal to be back. I've fished it with people that are no longer with us, including good family members as well as mates. It is the jewel in the crown for me of fishing in Leicester, and I have to say before we get started, I'm buzzing as ever to fish, but more so to be back on what is for me my little piece of carping general fishing history. If it wasn't for the former owner John Tozer, who won't watch this but I hope he does, I don't think I would be standing in front of you in this camera now. So as romantic as and emotional as I'm getting, I can't wait to get on and catch some fish here. 25 years later, a few wrinkles, a bit of a longer nose and a bit more dodgy hair, but it's good to be back. As I mentioned, we're at Shearsby Valley Lakes. We're meeting up with none other than local legend and England international angler, Rob Wooton. We've just been in the cafe, had a lovely fry at breakfast. We are charged, energised, I'm buzzing. We're going to get out there and target some fish on the pole. Let's get fishing. Anything there?
Hassan.
What is wrong with you, mate?
Right.
Oh, don't ruin me
Listen.
stuff.
I'm a bit disappointed. You promised me big things and I'm a little bit
Have you seen
disappointed.
my seat box?
What we'll do...
Have you seen the pole roll?
No. What we're going to do is we're going to close that and we'll try not to open that for the rest of the day. Because that...
Oh, if they get up in the water, Rob.
That is really, really
Get
bad.
up in the water, Rob.
That is really,
might need
really
it.
bad.
Got a hold on a minute. Pole roller out, Vince. Do you want to get this in the vlog, mate? I last used this 20 years ago. It's yours second hand.
Yeah, it might be my second hand one.
That his dad sold me from his shop.
I'll tell you what, this lake is where I bring my 7-year-old. It's a little boy's lake.
I'm the same height as your
That's
7-year-old,
why,
so
that's why you're here.
Yeah, mate. I'm well up for it.
Yeah, good. You got a rig out then?
No,
It'd be nice to see one of your rigs come out.
No, I haven't got a rig, have I? You're doing me one. You've already embarrassed my end tackle. That's not fun. I also haven't got any bait, Rob.
He sold it to me. He sold it to me. He said to me last night, I was in line for an international call-up. This is what he said when he was younger. If I'd have carried it on, I'd be fishing for England. So I'm expecting massive things today. But then obviously looking at his kit, it saddened me. It was really sad, his kit. A little bit depressing if I'm honest. But I've given him a head start, haven't I? I've given him the rig, I've given him everything. We'll see what he does. Are you ready, Hassan? No. Okay.
Right, I've had an absolute masterclass in all things rig related and pole fishing from the master that is Mr. Wooton, England International, but he left out the #1 match must, and that is one of these disgorgers behind the ear. That, everything is against me as an angler. Oh, I'm in. I'm in. Tell you what, Rob Wooton, you never lose it, not in this game. What makes a unit? That's 1-0. I am actually ahead of Rob Wooton. My dog is going to eat this fish.
There we go, in the net. A little tiny bit bigger than Hassan's fairground fish.
Hassan, what are you doing?
Trying to get the dog to come back. He's gone!
Despite taking an early lead, I decided to take it easy on Rob. He's got a lot of reputation, he'd lose a lot of face in the match world, so I took my foot off the gas. And even with me in very relaxed pole fishing match mode, he only managed to beat me by a couple of ounces.
That is a lot of fish. Right, so here's the pick of the bunch from Rob's bag. A beautiful Crucian and a lovely common, mate. A big common as well, to be fair, mate.
Nice fish for this lake, mate. Not as big as you catch, but a nice fish.
Very nice fish. Top day's angling, comprehensive performance from Rob. We're going to get these back, then get in the lodge, have some lovely lunch, and then record an interview before the live tonight.
Due to signal, we decided to move to another fishery for the live and we headed to Makins. We filmed a brilliant AD catch-up piece with Rob and then an action-packed catch-filled AD live. Giveaway time. I've had a autumnal clear out of pop-ups and hook baits and I'm going to give them away. Quite simply, to win them, all you need to do is you need to follow Hassan Karpi Khan on Instagram. You also need to follow Angling Direct on Instagram and you need to subscribe to the ADTV YouTube channel. I'll announce the winner at the start of the next episode. The very best of luck. So there you have it, episode 2. We've tried to encapsulate the million-mile-an-hour world that is my life and Angling Direct life. As ever, I love to hear from you guys, so please put in the comments below anything that you would like to see covered on my vlogs, and we'll do our best to bring it to you. All that leaves me to say is a massive, massive thank you for watching, and hopefully see you on the next vlog.